Welcome back. Welcome back to Off Scott Free. I'm your This is your host, Hugo, and I'm Olivia.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Off Scott Free podcast. I'm your host, Atlas Scott, with my host, Olivia Scott, my wife. I saw a TikTok the other day, last night actually. He was like, out of all the stress and everything, nothing made me happier than actually being able to say, my wife, right after he got married. I don't agree with the brevity of what he said, but I do agree with that. I can now say that she's my wife, and I have a wife, so that's really cool.
Do you like having a wife?
Big fan.
My question, this is an interview for you.
Okay.
What is it like having a wife?
It's kind of like...
Oh, no. I'm going to regret this.
It's like having a cat.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
But like the cat can definitely talk, and can.
My guess was like finding a dog on the side of the road, and it's not potty trained.
No, it's it's having a best friend next to you all the time. I think there's a lot of times where we've gone through these questions of like, or I guess these realizations of like we've had good friends in our past, and then like when we met each other and started to date each other, we were like, oh, this is what this could have been.
Yeah. With friendship.
Yeah.
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 This is like the deepest that it can get with friendship.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is this?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's
it's
also.
Really cool.
And then you can like.
It's also not the case with everybody too, which is insane to me. I'm like, why would you marry somebody that's not your best friend?
And slumber party every night.
Every night. We could have a sleepover.
Yeah. As you can see, if you're on the visual video,
we have a new background.
We have a new background.
Yeah.
If you're not,
take a little look over
audio,
here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've got some vinyls up here.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, we don't usually move the camera. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I know.
And then like up here we have my shelves.
Some empty shelves.
Our
currently.
shelves. Sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind. But yeah, we're in our new place, and that's what we're going to talk about, how we got here.
Yeah.
Because it's a long story, or at the very least more strenuous than it should have been. Moving's already tough, but this was the worst experience I've ever had moving
Me
anywhere.
too. And I've moved a bunch.
Yeah, and she's had a semi-similar experience to what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Which is funny, the fact that it was worse. But I say we just jump into it.
Yes. Okay. So we talked about apartment hunting on here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about deciding on an apartment. We definitely did.
Yeah.
And anyway.
And we talked about where we were going and
yes.
that we were happy about it. Got 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
We are technically in Frisco now, even though literally the second you start driving a second south outside of our apartment complex.
Maybe 5 seconds away.
Yeah,
you are
in the colony.
Which is,
so we are like right bordering the city limits.
Literally, the sign that says entering Frisco and entering the colony are right next to each other.
yeah, right next to our apartment.
Yeah,
we moved there. It's probably about 15 minutes from the old apartment. Is that accurate? You moved a lot between the two.
It was averaging around 13, but like 15 with traffic for sure.
15 minutes from the other apartment.
And it's just surface roads. It's not anything highway.
And about maybe 10 from my office on a non-traffic heavy day.
Yeah.
On a traffic heavy day, probably 15 to 20.
So pretty, like, whenever I tell people that we moved, they're like, where to? I'm like, 10 minutes north.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Frisco.
is true. Like, we're not far from where we were. Because we like the area. We just didn't like the management of Thousand Oaks. So.
And the cool thing, so pros of the old place.
Bunch of pros.
Yeah, there were a bunch of pros. We had an attached parking garage, tons of amenities. It was a brand new building for the most part. It was only a few years old.
I completed in 2023, I think.
I think it was 22.
22.
Yeah.
So post 2020.
Like 4 years old.
So stupid new.
Yeah,
and
stupid
nice
new. Yeah, very nice. We had an elevator. What else? Like there's really good insulation because it was
great
just
insulation.
Yeah.
Well, we had indoor hallways that was AC'd.
Yep.
And it was just nice for what it was.
Yes.
Very hotel-like, I'd say.
But
not the concierge.
The big thing that we had great issue with was the management was not great. The maintenance team was okay. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, I don't really fault the maintenance team nearly at all.
No, I think that the management is where it went wrong
they were very passive to our needs, and I found that to be pretty consistent throughout. Like every time I'd ever go there in person, because that would almost be the only time you could ever get their ear. There'd be 3 people behind me trying to figure things out, and of course there'd be people like looking for an apartment to get there because it is a nice place.
Yeah.
However, there'd be so many times I just see tenants just being like, I need to get this done. And they're like, we'll figure it out. And then they never do. And I'm sitting there like, I can't do this anymore.
The leasing office is so deceiving as well, I think.
It is super deceiving. It's super nice lobby.
But
like super nice.
It's so frustrating because you'll go up to the front desk hoping to resolve something. And it's like you either get a interaction that feels like they're rolling their eyes without actually rolling their eyes.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to talk to them and they're typing on their computer and they're like,
Yeah, and I'm like, none of what we're talking about needs to be typed right now.
Yeah. Well, what they're doing is they're messaging a manager to come out.
Oh, 1,000%.
But it's 1,000%. Like, let me finish, and then get up and go walk and get your manager.
Yeah, like it's not a big office.
The customer service there was really bad.
It was so subpar.
And even after they did get their manager or whatever to try and sort something out, they were not good at being expedient.
Correct.
Or showing care anything like that. When I first was trying to sign on to my apartment, it took many weeks to get our leasing papers.
And the leasing, I had to go in person to go basically force them to send it to her.
Yeah.
Because we weren't together at the time, married at the time.
Yeah.
And then they sent her to the wrong leasing papers because it wasn't outlining how she had ESAs, so she didn't have to emotional support animals, so that she didn't have to pay the animal stuff. For the apartment, so then they had to redo that again. And I was kind of sitting there like...
And I was busy at work in Mansfield at the time.
Yeah.
And they closed before I could really get off to come down there. And so Atlas lived like 20 minutes away at the time.
It wasn't too far, but I was like, I mean, I'll do it, obviously.
Yeah,
but it's
so I asked if you could go up and try and take care of it, because that was the other thing. You'd call and they would never answer. There was one time, I kid you not, it took me 17 rings to get somebody to pick up.
Yeah, because it's basically a lottery system at that point. You don't know.
Yeah. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
And so there was that. And then after a while, because you helped me smooth out a lot of things, and eventually it got to the point where the front desk people were like, Atlas can't be doing your bidding for you because he's not on your lease.
And then they made the statement that it would mess things up, and I'm sitting there like,
what would it mess up?
I'm just speaking on her behalf. I'm not saying come to my house, which
You're
is where I was at.
You're not signing anything, right? It's like
legally, I think we're in the bounds right now, and we're about to be in the bounds. So, what's happening right now?
Yeah, eventually we did just get your name put on the lease, even before we were even moved in together, just so that you could have a key fob and be able to go talk to them.
Correct.
But we had issues like right off the bat, like my dryer wasn't working, which is kind of funny because we had the same issue here.
That is funny.
Yeah.
But they fixed it.
They fixed it a lot more quickly. But my dryer wasn't working. I think I used it one time and then it stopped working, and I submitted a service request, tried to call up. They said they were going to fix it, and it took over a month to get it resolved. And it was after me like pleading like over and over again, like, hey, if you're having a hard time finding this part, I've been having to go elsewhere to do laundry.
Literally went to my house on a few occasions.
And my grandma's house. But I was like, hey, I'm begging you, like, if it's about a part, why don't you just get a unit from a vacant unit and switch it out with mine just temporarily?
Yeah.
You know, until you get the parts so you can fix it in the vacant
argument,
unit.
in my opinion.
And they said they weren't going to do that, and that's exactly what they ended up doing after about a month and a week.
Literally exactly.
And then they never told me that was what they did.
Never admitted anything.
Yeah. But I knew that's what they did because of my security camera that I had in my apartment. Anyway.
Yeah.
Long rant about that old apartment, but long story short, the management sucked a lot, and they didn't
it was
seem
also
to
expensive.
care.
It wasn't exactly a cheap place to live.
It was very expensive for what it was because it was a 600 square foot apartment.
For about
it had a shared balcony, and our cats like to go outside on the balcony, and they would always go over to the shared balcony.
Immediately to the shared balcony.
Yeah, so that was also kind of sucky.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. Oh, also the fire alarms. That was a big one.
That was when we already were going to be like, we're going to move out of here. We're not staying here. Like the last 3 months, maybe?
It was a little bit more than that. It went off one time. So obviously in any apartment building, you've got smoke detectors in every apartment, and that'll go off if you've got some smoke coming from your stove or whatever. But I believe it works that if it goes off a certain amount of time, then it triggers
the entire
building to get people to evacuate.
Because it means that the fire's not out, more than likely. And so it starts to alert everybody at that point.
Yes. And I had one time where it did the entire building, probably within the first month or two, and I freaked out. I started to evacuate. I got my cats in their crate.
Yeah.
And tried to get us out of there, and then the fire department came and said it was a false alarm, and I was like, okay.
I think that's interesting.
Interesting.
Cool.
But since then, I had become skeptical every time that it would come on.
Yeah.
And for good reason, because it was never a legitimate reason, ever. We probably dealt with it 15 times?
Legitimately, yeah. And
15 times in the middle of the freaking night.
We're talking 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m.,
4
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Literally from 12 to 6, somewhere around there it happened.
Sometimes 10 p.m.
Yeah.
It was just random.
Well, to the point where we were we're not leaving this apartment.
The other thing was, I knew what it was. It was somebody smoking in their apartment, because the only people who are up at that time are people who are smoking. Because I've been there before. I get it. You can't sleep, or you just got home really late from a shift, or you're just trying to relax, or you're waking up before a shift. I get it. But it's the fact that people are inconsiderate enough to for it to set it off, and then to be like, oh crap, and then do it again.
Yeah.
It's also not that hard to air it out. I'd like to point out.
No, it's we've cooked, and
we set off our individual smoke detector probably once a week.
Yeah, it's a small apartment.
Yeah,
and we're cooking steak sometimes, or cooking anything that has smoke, and sometimes it's not even that smoky. Sometimes it just goes off.
Sometimes it's you don't even see anything, but you put a little bit of oil on the pot.
Yeah.
And now the smoke detector's going off.
And there have to, and it's such a tall ceiling that you're I can't touch the reset button.
Yeah. We usually fan it with the door.
We have a balcony. We open the balcony, and then they go out. The kitties go out, and I'm just all right, this is the whole thing. But it kind of comes to the territory, but we were shocked about how many times that was happening. We were we already had reasons to leave, and now you're giving us an extremely good reason to not stay.
I was going to say, long story short,
yeah,
there were a lot of reasons we were very unhappy with the other place.
Enough minor reasons, especially I would say the most major one was the management, to the point where you're I don't think it makes sense to stay.
There was also the trash. We talked about this recently because that's one of our favorite things about this one. The trash at that place, there was one trash chute per floor. Yeah. And it was probably about a good 5-minute round trip to walk and drop off the trash and then come back to the apartment.
It's a haul. If you have a heavy trash can or trash bag, it is not a fun
walk
trip.
Around the corner.
If it was
30 seconds.
30, maybe even 10, honestly. Because I know my parents were in a similar type of apartment situation where they had to shoot.
Yeah.
Not far.
Yeah.
10 to 30 seconds probably.
Yeah.
And ours was you'd go down the hall, take a right, and then it's just It is a
Yeah.
length. Like, you look at it,
Back rooms.
and it's
kind
so
of-
backroomsy.
Yeah,
Because it's
hallway.
such just like it's so lengthy. You're like, what is this? This
Yeah.
is so much time to go throw away trash and then come back.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole thing, and there's no way to speed it up unless you're like on a scooter.
Yeah.
Which
And
doesn't
it
help.
sucked. You were usually the one who would take it out,
Yeah.
but I would occasionally, and I'm like, man, this sucks. I'm glad he
Not
does it
fun.
more than me.
Yeah. And like, I've tried to take it some time to be like, I'm gonna meditate to myself a little bit, but most of the time I'd be like, this is a long trip.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
that's
want
all
to
you
do
can
this.
think about.
That's all, and it's like, and it's not long enough to be like, this is gonna be like a thing we do,
Yeah.
and it's not short enough to be like, I'm just gonna get this done. It's like you gotta want it.
Yeah.
There'd be times where I have to put the trash in the laundry little room, little closet, because I'm like, I don't want to do it right now.
Yeah.
But it's got to be changed because it's filled right
Yeah.
now. And so,
So there were a lot of reasons why we were excited to move to this new apartment.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we were so ready, especially
So
for
ready.
the fact that we were doubling our square footage.
Yeah.
That was the biggest one, I think.
That was doubling square footage for nearly the same price.
Yeah.
That was like, and we knew we were downgrading in minis and stuff like that. We were okay with that. We already checked this place out. We
Yeah.
were like, this is going to work. This is going to make sense. I'm going to have an office. And the bedroom's not going to be far. I'm going to be here. I was happy with it. She was happy with it. We were just vibing, honestly.
Yeah.
We were here.
So starting from the very beginning with the new apartment,
Yeah.
we had a little bit of trouble getting the lease papers.
Yeah.
But we got them. We signed them. Everything
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah.
They tried to do a background check on us, tried to get more information than they needed, more than we were willing to provide.
They tried to get straight up bank statements, like unredacted bank statements from me specifically. And I was like, I won't do that, but I'll give you bank statements that are redacted that shows you that the invoices that I sent you, since I'm a freelancer, actually came through to my bank. And I can get them on the phone with you if you specifically want to verify that I actually got paid.
But you don't need to see my other transactions.
You don't need to see my account numbers. You don't need to see my transactions. There's no reason for you to know that information. And because I pushed, they were like, actually, that's okay. You're verified. And I was like, okay.
So there was that.
That's fun.
And then, so technically, the apartment that we applied to wasn't available until the 26th and
It was in July.
of July.
Yeah.
Yes. And our other apartment, the lease ended on the 26th. Well, I thought I had told them over the phone that we would need it to be earlier than that.
Just a wee bit, yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't want to have to move everything in a single day. I like a little bit of overlap personally.
That's the move.
Yeah.
That's the
and
more overlap, the better.
anyway, after we got the lease papers finally, and I saw that the date was the 26th, I called the leasing office up here and asked if we could switch it. So what I believe happened, or was happening, was that the manager was out of town
Yeah.
for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, you're right. It's just
And so they had those days blocked off for days that you could move. And so they couldn't just push it back a day or two. They had to push it back instead of it being Sunday all the way to Thursday.
Yeah.
They asked if that was okay. And I was like,
Yeah.
that honestly
I'll
sounds
take more days.
great.
Goodness.
Yeah, I'd like my leases to overlap 4 days. That's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it could overlap a week. That
Yeah.
sounds great.
Take 7 days.
Yeah.
Please.
And so they pushed it to the 23rd. And I was like, this is great. So our mental process when we got to that week was we don't want to pack anything until the day before we move.
Mm-hmm.
Because our other apartment was so tiny that having any sort of packed boxes was going to make it feel so
No,
claustrophobic.
it's so small.
And so what we did was the Wednesday before that Thursday, we spent from the time I got off of work to when we went to bed, packing
Yeah.
the entire kitchen and a bunch of extra extraneous things and like living room kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we filled both of our cars all the way with boxes.
Yeah.
And the plan was, because I had work the next morning, was for Atlas to take his car to the new apartment complex, pick up the keys, talk to the guys, get everything situated, go to the apartment, check it out, and then start to unload his car. When he gets done, come to my office to trade out cars with me because it's a midway point
Yeah.
between the other apartment and this apartment.
Not a far drive.
Yes. And it would already be packed.
Yeah.
He could go and unpack that. And hopefully he'd have even more time left over after that to go back to the old apartment and get even more boxes.
I
and
cleared the
just
day.
keep going.
I was like, we'll do the Atlas moving company.
Yeah.
only me. And then once she got off, then we'll just tag team and then we'll keep going.
Yes. So that was our plan.
Yeah. Felt very solid to me.
Yes. The first thing was you had a little bit late of a start to the day.
Yes.
Because we did stay up pretty late packing.
It was late, and I just kept sleeping.
Yeah. And so Atlas was supposed to meet them at 10, but you got there probably closer to 11, maybe 10:50.
It was 10:50 for sure.
Yeah. And
Around
then
11.
I'll let you take it from here, at least for a little bit.
So I get there, and my man Darren, one of the leasing agents, he's a really cool guy. He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up? You're to move in?" He's like, "No worries. Let's get you all set up." And like they do like their stuff on an app, which I wasn't initially a fan. Now I am a fan because it's a very fast app. But got set up on the app, and he was like, "All right, like I'm gonna meet you at your apartment so that everything is squared away, and so yeah, just wait for me there. We'll figure it out." I'm like, "Great." And so I go to my car, I drive, and all of my stuff's in my car at this point. So I go up to the apartment, type in the code, get in. And just immediately, I get a whiff of pee. And I was like, whoa. That is not what I expected from a very, I'm assuming, new and or, cleaned up apartment. And I look down and I just see just kind of like bits and pieces. Not a lot, but just scattered around just paper, cardboard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It feels like moving boxes, I'm assuming.
Just little, remnants. Just like little tiny...
Just pieces of paper.
Yeah, just teeny tiny little scraps. Yeah. Not anything like a vacuum could clean it up.
Correct.
Not it wouldn't be something you'd have to pick up with your hand.
No. So I'm like a little confused. So I'm like, okay. And for the record, I'm not stupid. I've rented enough that I take a video before I go into any place that I'm about to rent or about to move into.
I'd also like to add, there are two different types of apartment styles that they have here. There's the original apartment layout, and then there's the renovated.
Yeah.
And so the original is all carpet throughout the entire thing, and then it has a 2010s kind of style kitchen with like darker cabinets, like a 2010s kind of style marble countertop, not marble. Just a countertop. And then the renovated one is more modern looking. It's hardwood except for in the bedrooms. And then it had more like white, clean, modern finishes throughout the rest of it. And the renovated was significantly more expensive than the classic.
Like $200 more a month. And
yes.
I was like,
yeah, it was a premium. And the video that we took of the apartment layout that we were going to get was technically the renovated version, but we didn't really clock that we were getting a non-renovated one. And so when we'd reference the video, that's what we kind of expected to get.
Yeah.
And so it didn't clock to us that we were going to go into an all carpeted apartment.
Yeah, I was a little shocked.
Yeah, until you got there.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, I didn't even think about it until I was literally at work that morning and I was like, you know what? It's a non-renovated apartment. I bet it's going to be all carpeted.
Yeah, I figured that out. And it was like, not a big deal.
It's
We'll figure
fine
it out.
if the carpet's clean.
Yeah, which it's not. That's where the smell was coming from, as we figured out eventually.
Yes.
But I
go to take your video.
I'm taking my video, and then I'm walking around. I get to the kitchen. There's just like a layer of dust on the stovetop, and so like I take my finger and I do this, and I'm like it's just caked and like gray. And this is when Darren comes in, and he's like, "Oh, okay, my bad, or not my bad, or something." Like I was like, "Okay, no, I see what's going on." And he was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, what's happening now?
And what he owns, and this is where I do give all the credit to the managers here. There's no fronting or anything like that. They just own it, which the other managers did not do at Thousand Oaks. But here, very different. Darren's just like, yeah, I thought, it's basically, he was like, so my expectation, what was given to me as an expectation, what I gave y'all as an expectation was, the carpet cleaners and the cleaners specifically that were going to clean this whole apartment would have done that before you got here. That's why we said 10 a.m. Obviously, they did not do that. So knowing that, I'm getting this squared away. I know the carpet cleaners are actually here. They just haven't gotten to this place yet. When are you trying to move in? Was his question. I was like, well, my stuff is in my car right now. And he was like, oh, okay. So I will be cleaning the kitchen then. I was like, okay. And I was like, when should I come back? Because clearly you're not a carpet cleaner. And he was like, well, probably around, it was like noon, 1 p.m.
That's what he said.
1 p.m. And I was like, okay.
At this point,
This is 10:50, by the way. Thinking that I was going to be able to move by 10.
my thought process was it would be super cute if I went and got some lunch, and picked up some lunch for Atlas, and I showed up to the new apartment for my lunch break, and we could eat our first meal in the new apartment together and let him have a little break from moving.
Style.
And
so I'm like dealing with all this before I contact her at all.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. And I'm like, okay. So I leave the apartment and I get into my car and I'm like, well, I gotta call her.
Yeah. And this is like as I'm in the drive-thru at In-N-Out, like I'm so excited to go to the new apartment.
Yeah.
And you call me and you're like, hey, so the apartment smells bad.
Smells pretty unfortunate.
Yeah. And it's dirty.
Yeah.
But apartment cleaners are coming and they said it should be done by 1. And I was like, well, can I come look at it? And you're like, sure. So I got there.
Desire, for sure.
Yeah. I got there. Did we
ate
first?
I think we ate first because you had the food, and then we went in.
We ate, and then we went inside.
And Darren's cleaning it at this point.
Yes. Which, by the way, that's not Darren's job.
Far from it. He's the leasing agent. He's not. He's leasing agent / manager. He's not. It's literally not in his job description.
I really apprecited his initiative.
He did not have to do that.
Yeah,
I was like, you can tell me to come back tomorrow. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I can do that because I know we're early for this. So please tell me what you need to do so we can help. I know you guys are trying to do your best. To my knowledge, that's what I'm seeing. But you see it. And you're like, this is tough. This is not a fun time right here.
Well, I got in there, and because Darren had started cleaning, and he had like a whole mop bucket and stuff in there, the smells of the cleaning supplies and my enthusiasm and excitement was making me like, this isn't that bad, Atlas.
Yeah.
And I was really excited about how spacious it was and the layout, and like trying to plan where all the furniture was going to go. And so, just the anticipation of a new apartment. And so I was kind of like, I was very hopeful.
You were happy.
Yeah, I was excited.
You're happy for the idea of it becoming better over time. Yes. Which I was there too, because I was like, I want to move. Yeah. I don't want to go back to the small boy. Yeah. I want to get this stuff out. And for the record, we have not said this yet, but my cousin and his girlfriend were coming in the next day.
That's correct. To help us.
To help us move and also see the Odyssey in 70mm IMAX.
Yeah, and also see the new apartment and be able to sleep in the guest bedroom so that they wouldn't have to sleep in the living room.
Correct.
And share a bathroom with us anymore.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there's that pressure too from us
that we gotta
eventually
cater to guests.
So it's like at this point we're like, we're going to make this work, guys. Yeah. We're gonna make this work.
And so you leave. We leave.
We both leave. You go back to work.
Yeah, you go back to the old apartment just to hang out.
Because at this point it's like 11:15. Yeah. 11:20, something like that. So I'm like, I got some time to burn, but I'm not gonna go work because I don't want to get into a flow mode. It's a whole thing in my head. I'm like, all right, I'll wait till 1. But I made sure for Darren specifically, I was like, I'm gonna need you to call me because I have this weird feeling it's gonna be pushed. Yeah. And I was right.
Yes, and so it gets to 1:40.
Yeah.
And I'm texting you, and I'm like, have you heard anything yet? And you were like, no. And I was like, I'm going to call up there. Yeah. And I had to call a couple of times before somebody answered. And then somebody who's had nothing to do with any of this so far answers. I forget who the name was. It doesn't matter. But she's like, hello? And I kind of like explained the situation. She's like, let me go check where they're at right now. Yeah. And I'll give you a call back in a minute. And like 30 minutes later, she calls me back. And she's like, yeah, they're not done yet.
You're like, all right.
They're still working on the carpets. She was like, I think they need at least another hour. Yeah. She was like, so you can expect a call from me around 3:30.
Yeah.
Because I'll go back an hour from now, and then I'll need enough time to come back up to the office to call you.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect. 3:30 comes and goes. Nothing from her.
I'm still awake, by the way.
I get off of work at 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, I called you and I was like, I think I'm just going to go straight to the new apartment. You should come with as well.
Yeah.
And you were like, okay.
I was like, I'm
you
doing nothing right now,
Yeah.
so sure.
We let ourselves in because it's our apartment legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point. And it seems to be cleaned. No one's in there. And we go back outside to start grabbing boxes. And then we get a phone call from the office saying that it's ready to move into.
Like as we're about to like go
Yes.
in. I'm like, all right, well, I'm glad.
I'd also like to point out when we go in there, the carpets are wet.
Yeah, they're shampooed
They are
basically.
shampooed. And it smells heavily pungent of carpet cleaner.
It's like chlorinated air at this point. And I'm just like, all right.
Carpet cleaner. And so we were thinking, okay, it's all clean.
It's like, yeah, so we'll just start moving things in and
Yeah.
it'll get dry and then we'll be fine.
Yeah. And so we started moving everything from both of our cars.
Yeah.
And we probably did a little bit more than that too from the other apartment, I think.
Yeah, we did as much moving as we did a lot of moving that night.
Yes.
We did so much.
Yes. And then the next day you did a bunch of moving as well.
This was the day that I thought it was going to be the previous day.
Yeah. And then after I got off of work, I did a bunch of moving with you. We even moved because my dad was so gracious and he picked up one of the huge Ford F-250 XLs from the merge facility.
Big pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Goodness.
In Mansfield for us to borrow. So he forfeited his Tesla for a day.
I felt bad about that. I was like, that. I'm sure that was a big change.
It was a big change.
I did not feel good about it.
But it felt like driving a house. It was
my gosh.
huge, and it was so hard to get into the parking garage. But I drove it. That gave me a lot of anxiety. Oh.
You hit play. That's funny. Sorry. You might have heard a little song. That's the Olivia Rodrigo vinyl. The newest album. What is it? You look so...
You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love.
Yeah. Anyways, that was the vinyl. Accidentally.
Anyway.
I'm very close to the vinyl right now.
Yeah. My apologies.
My bad, guys.
But what was I saying?
Struggle with truck.
Yes, I got it into the parking garage, and we were able to move our
I don't know
mattress.
how she got it into the parking garage.
Yeah.
She came in, and she was disheveled because it's very hard to park.
I was so anxious already just because of how many mishaps had happened with the apartment so far.
It was just mounting tension.
Yes. And then
Since
I was
Thursday.
feeling anxious that I had been at work all day and couldn't help.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I finally get into the car to start driving home, and
it's just tension.
Yeah.
Just tension.
And it's stressful driving that truck.
She was like, I don't even know how I did that. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll drive it this time. And then I drove it from our
You're
old
like,
apartment.
I don't know how you did
and
that.
I'm sitting there. I got in. I'm like, I am so high off the ground. I'm a Crosstrek Subaru guy. Like I'm coming here and being like, it's like I was driving a go-kart. Now I'm driving a semi. Like, what have I? This is not what I wanted to do today.
Yeah.
And so I drive it out. We've moved as much as we possibly can. We drive it out. Go to the old apartment or new apartment.
Yeah.
From the old apartment.
Yeah.
And, geez,
It was crazy.
That was another moving day as well, technically.
Well, so it was actually really cool because we got just about everything over to the new apartment.
Which was super sick.
Yeah, that evening, and we were
that's
able
when
to.
Brooks and McKenna come through.
Yes, but they got there very late.
Very late, which is I'm very.
But we
happy
were able
about.
to assemble the beds. We picked up the blow-up mattress. Yeah. We did get into a little bit of a tiff because we were both so stressed.
Oh, there was a recurring theme throughout this entire time where so much stress was happening that
even like this
we wanted to get angry with something.
Yeah.
And the something was next to us was gonna get the heat.
Yeah. This happened 2 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
And me and Atlas have been getting into tiffs these entire past 2 weeks, and we've been fine for the record.
Yeah.
But it has been an increased amount of
cortisol.
Yeah, cortisol.
Yeah.
I've noticed more gray hairs legitimately in my hair.
You know what's funny?
What?
I was at the dentist. I think I know why it was the way that it was, but I went to the dentist yesterday, I think.
Wednesday.
Today's Friday, so 2 days ago. I'm sorry. It's late right now. But I went to the dentist. They took my heart rate right after he cleaned my teeth. And dentists have never given me like the whimsy that I hope for in life. But he took my thing. He took my blood pressure, and he was like, he noticed that it was higher. And I don't ever know what those numbers mean, like the ratio. Every time I look at them, like those are numbers right there. I know what BPM is. I think my resting heart rate was like at 58. So I was like really happy about that. And so I could read that. I was like, that's good. But he said something. He was like, is your heart rate normally this, or is your pressure normally this high? Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hello, Hugo. Hugo just went through the frame. Still technically in the frame right now. Hi.
Continue.
But anyways, I've been very stressed. She's been very stressed, in my opinion, more so than me, for the fact that she has a 9 to 5. I do not. I've been able to sleep more. She has not. And for a lot of reasons, it's been a struggle.
It's been such a struggle.
And not in like a personal way. Like we've been personally great. But we've been angry. I think.
And overwhelmed and exhausted.
Uncomfortable as well. All the things that you think that is stress, we were kind of going through pretty heavily. And so, but back to the story. We have moved into this new apartment.
And we started to unload things.
Yes.
We unloaded the entire kitchen, the bathrooms.
As in like opening boxes and putting things where it needs to be.
We put together our beds. We moved the side tables.
Yeah.
We blew up the blow-up mattress that we grabbed from our storage unit for Brooks and McKenna. And after they got there in the evening, we gave them the preface of it may smell a little bit like wet dog, because it didn't smell so much like urine anymore. It just kind of smelled a little bit like wet dog. And we figured that after it dried, it would probably be better.
Yeah. And we had the preemptiveness, or you had the preemptiveness of just lighting candles everywhere to be like, maybe we just like must this smell for a little bit, let it air out, let the AC go for a couple of days.
It did not help.
I felt like it got worse.
And I told my dad, I told my dad about the smell problem the second that we had it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you should borrow my ozone machine. Which essentially what that does, it releases toxic fumes into the air that kills off all of the bad smelling germs and not chemicals, like molecules that are all throughout the apartment.
Neutralizes it.
And it neutralizes all of it. And so it literally kills cigarette smoke. Yeah. Like that kind of smell from places
pretty
typically.
Crazy. That's a pretty strong machine.
Yes. So it's supposed to neutralize just about anything. My dad was very confident that it would get rid of the wet dog smell.
Beyond confident.
And
I was really hoping for it.
And it did for about 30 minutes while it just smelled like ozone.
Straight, yeah.
But then afterwards,
it just came back.
Yeah, it came back full force.
Yeah.
And after doing some, which by the way, the next morning, we need to give this preface. We saw Brooks and McKenna that evening. They came, they slept.
Great. They were happy.
Yes, our plan was the next morning, we were going to wake up and they were going to help us move the big furniture. We didn't have a lot left.
Yeah.
We just really needed help with the couch and a couple of other things.
Yeah. No, but it was it was big items though.
Yeah, big items.
Because Brooks brought his truck down instead of using McKenna's car, which bless your gas mileage, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But we used both trucks to get the majority of the big items.
And we were able to get it all down, except for we left the cats in their furniture at the old apartment.
We were waiting for the cats.
Yeah, we wanted that to be the last thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think was a good idea.
That was the best idea.
And you can't let the ozone machine go with living, breathing, or
it's going to kill it.
Plants, because it'll kill it.
Because the oxygen's not there anymore.
Yes, and so our plan was we were going to go move all the big furniture, set the ozone machine, leave all the doors shut. We were going to be gone for many, many hours.
Yeah.
Then we'd come back, open up the doors, let it air out, and we'd depart. And we'd go and get dinner and then go get the cats.
Yes.
And so that's what our plan was.
Yeah.
We moved all the furniture. It was great. And then we had a showing for the Odyssey at 2.
It was at 3:15.
Okay, 3:15.
Yeah.
But
I only know that because it was so hard to get tickets. I didn't want to forget that date.
But Brooks and McKenna have a thing for P.F. Chang's.
It's true.
And thankfully we
for
have one.
Reason.
Yeah. We have one near us.
Stuff.
I'd never been to P.F. Chang's. You've been to P.F. Chang's.
Yeah. I got The most recent one was with Tom,
Okay.
and it was good. It
Yeah.
was solid food.
And so we went with them to P.F. Chang's before the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Pretty good food. Kind of expensive.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
it's a name brand thing. It's like going to Benihana's. It's like you're asking for it to be a little bit more expensive.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, Sarku Japan has my heart.
Sarku's always got my heart. Hey, you
Go
give me
to a food
you
court
give me
and
that
long-
styrofoam container.
I had that for lunch today.
What?
I intentionally didn't tell you because I thought you maybe would be jealous.
I would be
So
jealous.
I got it. I signed up for the rewards
What did I have?
program.
I had the HEB thing that we got, the
Yeah.
chicken thing.
You've been needing to eat that.
No, you're right. I'm
The
glad
other thing too, I didn't. I was gonna say this out of hate yesterday, and I decided not to. But I was really disappointed because the protein pancakes that you ate were supposed to be my lunch for
Really?
today. Yes, and I told you when I bought those that was gonna be my lunch every day of the week.
Did not clock that.
Yeah, and
Saw that and I was like, that looks like a good little snack.
yeah, and you ate my protein pancakes, and I didn't say anything. I was like, you know what? It's okay. He was hungry. I'm glad he ate it. I can go get lunch out tomorrow. That's fine. And today I got a rewards text from Sarku Japan that's like, we added $5 to your account because we missed you. And I was like,
God's like, hey, I know we did the wrong thing.
guess where I'm going? Sarku Japan. And so I went to Sarku Japan.
I will politely ask you put a post-it note on anything you want me not to eat. Because to me, everything there is fair
Yeah.
game.
Well, it was okay. And, like, I didn't want you to think that I was, like, mad at
No,
you.
no,
I was
no,
mad for a second, but I was also like,
I
hungry.
understand that though, where you're like, I have my heart set on this. It's like a food.
Well, I
in a
didn't
pantry or
necessarily
something
have my,
that.
like, heart set on it. It was just,
As in like schedule wise, like you're like, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen. You're like, ah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't even know how we got there just now. Oh, P.F. Chang's. Okay. So we
Sarku's
went to
better, in my
P.F.
opinion,
Chang's.
but-
Yep. Sarku's
Especially
better.
the value.
Yeah.
$20
And
instead
then
of 50. I'm just
we
saying.
went to the Odyssey. Brief movie review.
Brief
break
synopsis.
for
Pretty
the
sick.
Odyssey. It was pretty great.
I want to see it again personally,
Me
just to
too.
get a better idea of it.
I really liked the boom. That was really cool.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was really cool.
I thought it was really fun. I've read the Odyssey before. We had to read it in high school, and
Oh, I don't think I ever did.
yeah, you didn't. I know you didn't. But
How do you know? I never told you that.
yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
I remember saying I read it, and you said you haven't. You want to read it.
Oh.
What are you talking
It's
about?
on my list now to read it.
Yeah, and I know McKenna has not read it, and she wants to read it.
Okay.
And I
there
remember
we go.
because we had a conversation after, and Brooks was like, "Yeah, I read it." I'm like, "Oh, of course." The Highland Park and the private school boy
Yeah.
have all read it. Of course,
Yeah.
of course we have. And it doesn't completely follow it. To be fair, it has been a while since I read it, but I do like what Christopher Nolan did with the story, and I think as far as it,
I think it was really cool.
very well made, and it's
Yeah.
very hard to make the story for the record. I know it's been told a couple more other times in movies, but yeah, I think overall it's a really good
I
film.
will say it was one of the Christopher Nolan movies that I've seen. It was pretty easy to follow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very linear.
Yeah,
weirdly.
I think that he has a hard time making stories very, not simple, but simple enough to
Palatable.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very,
Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
known. I think the fact that you say that, you would hate Tenet.
well, I think that I would really like Tenet actually, because I do like analytical things.
It's
I just
great.
know that Christopher Nolan is known for making projects that are hard to understand.
He goes very quickly, and he also doesn't. He literally says this in interviews. He does not prioritize dialogue in the mix.
Yeah.
Whenever he's mixing, and anybody that's watched a Nolan film, well, I can tell you that's a very true fact. And sometimes the dialogue is very necessary for the story, and I think that's stupid in my opinion, but that's just me.
I will say with like when I watched Interstellar with you for the first time, I felt like there were a bunch of plot holes throughout.
Oh, sure.
That kind of like took me out of it. And I was like, I get why you like it because it's like cool and like the general plot is really cool. But also like some of it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yeah, but that's just the way it is.
But, like,
and you gotta
vibes,
appreciate it. And I was like, right. So, but I get why you like Inception better than Interstellar, because it does make a bit more sense, but it's also a little bit ambiguous and fun. I think that for me, maybe crazy to say, it would be Inception and then The Odyssey and then Interstellar for me.
For like favorite Nolan films?
From the ones that I've seen ranked so far.
No, that's fair. Well, to be fair, like
And then Oppenheimer below that.
I think it's funny that you say that because it's like the Odyssey is like as we should all know, it's not his story.
Yeah.
It's Homer's The Odyssey.
Yeah.
Technically,
well, Oppenheimer's not his story
well,
either.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I think you like that. I think you like his adaptations a lot more than his technical original stuff. Even though technically Interstellar's not his story either. He technically rewrote it from his brother's story.
Oh.
It was supposed to be Spielberg that directed it.
Well, my favorite's Inception. That's his story.
Yeah, that's true. That is fully his story.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty happy you say that. I think it's really great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, thoughts on the movie without spoiling anything. It was really cool. You should go see it. We saw it in 70mm. That's our bragging rights.
Yeah, pretty fun. Pretty
Yeah.
hard to find.
It was really fun.
I'm
Brooks
sure-
and McKenna liked it too.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Brooks kept having moments afterwards where he's like, I can't stop thinking about that movie.
That movie's so sick. I'm like, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
There would be
was so
times where I
cool.
look over to him and be like, just
Yeah.
mouth just gaping.
It was so funny because it was Atlas on my left. I was here. McKenna was to my right. And then Brooks was on McKenna's right.
Yeah.
And so the boys were on opposite sides, which y'all probably should have been in the
I
middle.
thought we were going to be sitting next to each other, but I also understood why we were sat the way that we were sat.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like
But
sat.
it was funny because I'd see like Atlas, like I'm here,
Right.
and Atlas would be like, and then Brooks would do it at the exact same time.
It was funny because sometimes they wouldn't look back because I would just be curious about their reactions to certain things, and then like they have the exact face that I thought they would have to either like just like disgust or shock or horror or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, this is good. This is
Yeah.
a good time right now, and it was just a filled packed theater because 70mm IMAX was just so sold out for the
Yeah.
Odyssey stuff. It was crazy. It was a
Yeah.
crazy time. I loved it. It was a good. It was a good pause for the move stuff. I was kind of shocked that I was able to take myself out of it because at this point, or weeks ago, or at least a week ago, I thought we would be like virtually done.
Yeah.
But I could feel that we were about to have to up and leave.
Yeah.
Either leaving this apartment complex or leaving to another apartment in here because I was like, I don't think this is gonna get solved.
Yeah.
And so
It was just so fun.
it was just so great.
Yeah. But so we did that. Also, do you know this like quirk about me that a lot of the time in movie theaters, I'll
Oh yeah.
put my fingers over my ears. It's too loud. It's too overstimulating for me. And it's oftentimes in intense parts. I don't need to be hit by the loud noises. I want to watch and I want to feel it, and I will feel it.
Yeah.
I don't need the...
Well, the funny part, I have slowly leaned towards that over my time as a mixer
Yeah.
and a moviegoer.
Yeah.
Because as a mixer, I can tell you there's a way to do what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Easily. It's actually not that hard.
Well, the other thing is, like, I think it's pretty good for, like, if you're watching it on a regular TV. And movie theaters, I feel like it's different. It, like, shakes you to your core because it's so loud in there.
The dynamics
Yes.
of it all. It's
Yeah.
not compressed.
Yeah.
I think there are super duper ways to do it. That is solely the director saying, I want this loud or quiet.
Yeah.
That is not the mixer being like, this is how it should be. It's like,
Yeah.
no. That, I promise you, that was a choice.
But anytime there's, like, intense scenes, I always do this
Yeah.
with anything. Especially, like, that was, like, the majority of Obsession. I didn't either to be the loud backing track that's supposed to scare you more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. I don't
I'm
need
already
this.
going to be scared.
I'm already terrified
Yeah.
right now. Stop this.
Yeah, call
my
me a
best.
wimp. I don't care. Whatever.
I go into it. I want it all personally. But
I don't.
I'm a movie guy. So like I want to be enveloped. If I had my way, I'd have a 5.1 surround sound here and I'd be blasting subwoofer. But we're in an apartment and I'm not gonna do that. So we got HomePods.
Yeah,
That's
so we got
close enough.
So
If I want
that
to blast
was
it, I got
that.
headphones.
After we got done, I was like, okay, y'all. So it's like 6. at that point, maybe.
Ending the movie is like 6:30.
Okay. It was like 6:30.
It's a long movie. It's lengthy.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah. And there was a long bit of time before they started, too.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I was like, y'all, we probably need to let that ozone machine go a bit longer. Any preferences for while y'all are in Dallas?
Kamita?
Yeah.
What are we feeling?
Yeah, they were like, not hungry right now, but
Yeah.
Six Flags.
Yeah.
And so we decided to go to Six Flags and use our Bring a Friend tickets for Brooks and McKenna.
Mm-hmm.
And we only went on one ride, all four of us,
Yeah.
which was the Riddler. That's one of our favorites.
The ride, for those who don't know, it's like a swing one. It's like there's like a big old circle of seats on a pendulum, and it swings
Yes.
like this.
Yes. And there's 40 seats, and it slowly spins as
Yeah.
it's swinging.
Yeah, it's very fun.
And it doesn't go 360.
No,
But
I wish it does.
I want to say it does like an obtuse angle, but it never gets quite
Yeah, it goes
parallel,
so like
but it feels really close.
Like you have the 0 degrees, which is like when it like gets full perpendicular. It goes a little bit above that, which feels really fun because if you look behind you, I think it's behind you. Yeah, if you look behind you, it looks like you're upside down, or it feels like you're upside down.
Yeah,
which is really fun.
Yeah,
I love that part.
yeah.
I like the ride. It's too long of a line almost every time.
Yeah,
to justify it.
But it's really fun usually.
It's great.
So
100%.
Yeah, that's what we did at Six Flags.
Yeah, but McKenna got sick.
She started not feeling great after that. And
Yeah.
so she was like, I don't want to take away from the fun. And we were like, well, it's okay. Like, we can leave right now. And she was like, no. Brooks wants to ride the new ride. And she was like, y'all go ride things. We'll catch back up in a second. Yeah. And we were like, we don't want to take too long. So we decided we were probably going to use a flash pass for something.
Yeah.
Did we ever use a flash pass? I don't think we did.
Oh,
we used it for Tormenta, I think.
Yeah.
We went on Tormenta because we wanted Brooks to ride the new roller coaster. He loved it.
He's a big fan.
We love Tormenta, y'all. It's so good.
Tormenta's great when it's not broken and you don't have to wait that long.
Yes. So we went on Tormenta. I almost went on Tormenta today because I passed by it on the way.
I almost went to Six Flags today as well.
Oh, really?
Because I knew you were going to be out doing dinner.
I passed by it on my way to dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I go this direction back home, I could just like swing by it and then get a fast pass, go ride Tormenta, and then go home.
Because for our season passes, we get a flash pass every day.
Yeah, every time that we go.
For the pass holder. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like that's what I was thinking, like maybe I'll do that. And then the conversation was too intense for me not to come straight home and talk to you about it.
Like, the tea is happening.
The tea!
Great tea, by the way. She brought me queso. It was an amazing time.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Tiramisu as well. Which is
I like
also
hanging out
cool.
with my guy.
She's a fun time.
Anyway, back to the story. We did that. We rode the Titan with Brooks, and then we left.
Yeah.
And we came up with the master plan, which was we were going to split up when we got home. We were going to go to the new apartment, open up the doors and windows, let it air out.
Yeah.
And we were going to leave because you're not supposed to be there while it airs out.
Yeah.
And Brooks and McKenna were going to go get dinner and go pick up some cat litter and some other essentials from the store.
Oh, yeah.
And then Atlas and I were going to go run and pick up the cats and the cat furniture that we left. Yeah. And so we went and did that, and we met back up again, and then we just hung out. Yeah. We showered, took our time.
Ate some pizza.
After we got some Cane Rosso. That was great. The cat brought the cats into the new apartment. They liked it right off the bat.
Willow pooped in the car.
Yes, that was fun though.
That was funny.
The car ride was we were going to get their crate to bring them in the crate so it wouldn't be as much distress. However, we literally got to the storage unit at 10:01.
Yeah.
And it closes at 10. And we totally forgot that
we forgot about the deadline.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize how late it was. And we got there and I looked at my thing and it wasn't giving me like the unlock to the gate, and I was like, wait, and it's 10:01. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I got pissed. I was like, this is stupid. And you're like, no, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Let's just go get them. I'm like, what do you mean? Just put them in the bag, and you're like, yep. And
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah. And so we went and got the cats, and then we had to carry them. And our cats don't do well being carried for a long period of time. I don't think most
Outside.
cats do.
Not into a different place.
Yes. Well, cats get very distressed with moving. That's why we wanted to move them last and in a crate, but that didn't really happen.
They had
But-
worse reactions than us at certain points, and I was
Yeah.
like, guys, you're doing nothing right now. Chill.
But it was okay. They were cool in the car. Hugo meowed a bunch. He always does in a car. Willow pooped. But besides
scared.
that, besides that, it was a pretty chill car ride. And
15-minute
very
drive,
quick.
Not hard. Not
Yeah,
hard at all.
very quick. We unloaded everything. That was good. Ate pizza. And then we just hung out and played some board games and talked and chilled with Brooks and McKenna. And I volunteered to sit on the carpet so that Brooks and McKenna could sit on the couch and Atlas
Yeah.
could sit on a chair.
Yeah.
And it felt so gross and grummy. Also, during this time, the AC was the thermostat.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's because it's nice in here. Because I'm forgetting that the AC was not working.
The thermostat on the wall was reading 76 to 78 the majority of the time we were there.
Consistently.
And every time you'd open a door to outside, it would go up
Just
like
80,
3 degrees.
84.
Yeah.
Like it was like I think I consistently saw like around 81, and I was like, dude.
Well, so it would say like 76, or sometimes it would say like 73 or whatever. But we had it set to 68. This is important.
Oh yeah.
We always keep our AC at 68 usually.
Yeah.
Depending on how good the AC is.
Hey, we're not reptiles. We want it colder.
Yeah.
We want it colder. We're in Texas. It's 100 degrees outside. I don't
It's
want to be
way too
100
hot.
degrees in here.
No.
I get that it's not like the most
And-
insulated thing in the world, but like I don't care how much it costs.
Yeah. And
Get me to 70.
Life hack. If you find the temperature that you like and you don't touch it, your energy bill is going to be much less.
Correct.
So,
Because it's either on or off, and if you make it rise throughout the day, then you gotta find a way to get it down as the day ends.
yeah.
That's foolish. Don't
It's
do
a
that.
lot of energy.
And the sun's out till 9. Come on, man. You let it you gotta
Anyway.
keep going.
Anyway, so my alarm clock, it has a thermometer and it can like read the room. And it's a little bit off. In our old apartment, we'd keep it at 68 and it would read 71 regularly on that alarm clock. But in the new apartment, when we were sleeping in there, it was regularly reading 82.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
So that means it was probably about 78 degrees
Yeah.
in our bedroom.
When we finally went to the storage unit, I snagged my drum fan, which is
Yeah.
usually what I have next to me when I'm drumming, because I get hot really quick when
Yeah.
it comes to drumming. And I was like, "Oh, I'm taking this. This thing, it's like $100 fan. It works."
And we had it like propped up, aiming directly at us, highest setting, and it still was not enough.
Oh yeah, well it's a fan, so it's not
Like
gonna
you
cool us
still
down.
had to have like your legs out of the
Oh no,
sheets and-
I was rarely. I was like
Under
20.
the
I was like
covers.
25% under the covers.
It
It was
was-
bad.
terrible.
Not a
It
good
was
look.
so miserable. We hate sleeping in the heat. So
Oh.
there was that as well.
And we like to cuddle and we can't cuddle.
Yeah,
It's not fun.
it's not fun.
It's not a good time. Like we were cuddling for like a minute. I'm like, all right,
No more.
get off of me.
Yeah, get off of me, please.
Stop.
So that was that.
Yeah.
That sucked. And then the next morning, Brooks and McKenna left in the morning.
Skirted, get out of there.
Yeah, we got them some
Which
pastries.
I felt good for them because I was like, you did not want to deal with this.
Yeah,
right now.
no. We got them some pastries. I also found out in the hustle and bustle of everything with moving that when I traded keys with my dad, I failed to take off my key fob that I needed to return on Sunday, which meant that my key fob was in Ennis, Texas. So Marley, my sweet dear sister, was kind enough
Bless her
to
heart.
meet us at a somewhat halfway point so that we didn't have to drive all the way to Ennis to give me my key fob so I could return it on time, which was so kind of her. And so we spent Sunday picking up the key fob and then going to the old apartment, patching all the holes, taking out all the screws from the walls,
Yeah.
deep cleaning
Full deep
everything,
clean, for sure.
vacuuming everything, which by the way, they still charge us like nearly $200 for a cleaning fee.
Yeah.
They were like,
Because they're
carpet what was
brightening.
it called?
was
Brightening.
Which is
So
like, I
dumb.
know for a fact, if I put a camera in there, they did nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
they didn't
like
do
I would bet
anything.
my kidneys. I'd be like, you know what? You didn't do anything. I know you didn't do anything. You're a bunch of liars. It's fine. But yeah, we got those fees and everything. But
Yeah.
cleaning
We
everything.
still need to pay those, by the way. I don't know how to. It won't let me log into the old portal.
Well, then they can send us a bill.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
To an address I will not give. Anyways.
So we spent the entire day cleaning, which was stressful because we really wanted to move storage unit stuff that day as well.
Yeah.
But we didn't realize how much time it was going to take up cleaning. And we spent like our entire day doing that.
Yeah. And also preface for the record, we have unpacked into the kitchen. Everywhere else I was vigilant to be like, I'm gonna hesitate on unpacking everything. Because if we unpack anything and we gotta move or do anything, it's gonna be tough.
Yes. Also, before Brooks and McKenna woke up, and we woke up that Sunday, I sent a long email to management detailing
lengthy one.
all of the issues we had with the apartment over the weekend and saying what I believed they needed to do to make things right, which was like, hey, I think y'all either need to completely let us out of this lease, or you need to get us into another apartment with the same layout, like now. And I know y'all have other apartments available because I see it on your website. And the next day, I went to work stressed out of my mind. Yeah. You did too.
Monday.
You didn't go to work. You went to a meeting with a friend.
Yeah. I went to go see David. What's up, David?
Yeah. You went to go see David.
I ranted to him about it. That's the funny part.
While you were with David, I was ranting to my grandma on the phone as I went to go get lunch.
Yeah.
And while I was there, I got a call from the new leasing manager, David. Darren. Not David. Darren. And apparently he had tried to call you. You didn't answer. And so he called the next best thing.
Yeah.
And he asked if either of us were available to come down to his office that he needed to speak about the different options we had. And I was like, I'll be there soon. Because I just wanted to get it figured out. I went straight there, and he showed me our current apartment, the apartment.
The new apartment. That's what I keep calling it.
And he explained that he saw my email. He said that he didn't read it all the way.
They have consistently not read our long emails, which I don't appreciate, but I also get.
But he said, so I feel for him because he had been struggling all weekend because he's not the main manager.
Yeah.
So he can't make any full calls on anything.
Yeah.
But he had this weight of like, I know that they're struggling right now and this is not okay, but I can't pull any triggers to get them in a better situation until my manager's here to approve.
Yeah.
And so he had been stressing about it, but got there early on Monday morning to try and find a solution, which was so great and so kind. And he also explained to me that another issue that happened was the resident who lived in the old apartment before we moved into it. They were supposed to be out that previous Friday and then didn't move out until that Monday. And so they just had Tuesday and Wednesday to clean it before we moved in.
Yeah.
And I guess that wasn't really communicated to the cleaning team because they thought they had until Sunday to clean it.
Sure.
And so that's why it wasn't in good condition, what really, after my research about the carpets, because it was proteins from a dog, it really needed, and by proteins I mean like dander, fur, shed, pee.
All the things.
Yeah, all the things that come from a living being. The only way to really break that down is with like either an enzyme treatment, or if it's all the way to the padding below the carpet, then you got to just replace the carpet and the padding. And I think it was at that point. It was that bad. The fact that ozone machine ran and it took maybe 30 minutes and it was back in full force is insane.
It was strong.
That is insane. That means it is integrated in there.
And
it smelled terrible putting your nose up to it.
You could kind of get used to it to a certain extent. As in, like, you'd be like, I mean, I'm breathing, obviously, so I'm okay. But, like, if you go outside for a minute and you come back in, it hits you right in the nose. And you're like,
or, like, you'll be, like, in one room and be walking to another, and then it'd just be like a...
Because it would be stronger and weaker in areas, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
But, man, it was bad. And it was hot. It was bad. It was
anyway, so he explained that, which made a lot more sense too. And he basically told me that, so this apartment, they actually have wood floors everywhere except for the bedrooms, even though it is a non-renovated unit, because one of the previous tenants left a washing machine on, I think, or something, and it flooded the apartment. So they had to strip up the carpet. And they replaced it all with wood flooring because of that. And this is technically supposed to be somewhat of a premium price compared to the old apartments rather than the renovated, somewhere in between. But they're only charging us what we would have paid before in the carpeted apartment. This is also 3 stories up. And they paid for us to have movers come and move the majority of our stuff over to this apartment that Tuesday. And they also gave us a concession of $500 as an apology to our account, which was very kind for our first month of rent, because they felt bad. So already the management has been so much better. Moving into the new apartment, we couldn't do that until Tuesday, but we had hope for a better life on Monday. What was the reason that we couldn't pack that night? We were out doing something. Oh, Cameron with Hadestown.
Oh, yeah.
We went to go see Hadestown in theaters.
Quick review.
It was very fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, we really much enjoyed it.
I've seen a bunch of TikToks about that play.
Wait
that
for
specifically.
me.
And I'd always just been like, I'm so curious to see this. And they did come through Fort Worth as a touring cast. I just didn't want to pay that money.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't care that much. And seeing it for the first time, kind of wish I did see it. I wish it was like saw the movie and then they came through and then I would be able to see them live.
Yeah.
But that's just not how it worked for us.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really good. I think the story wise, because I didn't know what is it called, like a fable or something like that?
Myth. The Greek myth.
Greek myth. I didn't know it when I saw it, so it was all new to me. And when we read it, she like looked it up and she read it, like the synopsis.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that makes more sense than the story that I just saw.
Yeah.
So it would have been helpful to have that in there, because I'm sure because there was an assumption that you already knew what was going to happen, they kind of did away with some details.
A little bit of embellishment.
Yeah.
Added some songs in there.
Yeah. Well, it is a musical. But I was kind of sitting there like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
What happened to the girl? Why is this hell? Or is this just like a town? Like, that's honestly what I was thinking. I was like, is this like a metaphor or something like that? But no, it was like literally hell. I was like, all right, that's cool. Interesting. But I do want to see when it comes on streaming, because I'd love to just sit down and like really analyze it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But everybody did great. I love the whole cast. Good job, everybody.
Yeah. It was really fun. It was the original cast, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that's the basis that we have, is the original cast.
It's quite nice to have that.
So there was that, and then when we got back, it was later, and our plan was after we got back to start packing the old apartment again, so that we could be ready for the movers the next day.
Oh man, I remember what I said, because I was on that couch in the old apartment, and I was looking down, and I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Knowing full well that I was going to have to do it tomorrow if we didn't do it now.
Yeah.
But
I told you, I was like, I'm so tired. And you were like, you know what? I'll pack it all tomorrow. Let's not worry about it.
I was like, time out. We don't have to do this right now.
I also was supposed to get coffee with my little brother that next morning.
That is true.
Yeah. That didn't happen.
Did not happen. It was at 6 a.m.
It was supposed to.
Supposed to be at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Didn't go through.
Yeah.
Which I think you're semi-happy about that, but also really
so that
sad
I could
about
get
that.
Sleep.
It's a whole thing.
I was happy so I could get sleep, but really disappointed that
You would have rather had the
Self-love.
coffee than the sleep, honestly.
Yes.
But
Yes.
besides the point.
It doesn't matter. So I went to work.
You get up.
Yeah.
I get up.
You started packing.
I get up around when you leave.
Yes.
And I'm like, I got to do this because movers are coming.
Yeah.
We did tell them that they paid for movers, right?
Yes. Yes,
Anyways,
we did say that.
$650. They gave us $650 as a concession for
I
movers.
hired all my sons. We had, I believe, a little over 2 hours of their help that the $650 paid for.
Yeah.
And so we had them focus on large furniture and a bunch of other boxes, and our plan was to get the rest of it. We originally were told that it would be 1 p.m., so I told that to the movers, and they said they would probably get there a bit later.
Sure.
Thankfully, they arrived about 2:30ish, and that's when you got the call.
Literally right at the time there.
Yeah,
that Darren was
the
like,
apartment
it
was
is
ready.
ready. I'm like, thank the Lord.
Yes. Oh, another thing about this apartment, they put in new appliances.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So there was that.
Yeah.
So the movers came.
But
they started moving
I'm
things
gonna
as
say
you were
something.
packing.
It's got to be said. From 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. with like maybe a little bit of eating in between. I was packing every box.
Yeah.
And
you ran out of boxes, and I had to bring
literally
you more
ran
on my
out of
lunch
boxes.
box.
And
Lunch break.
because you called, because you were like, how's it going? I'm like, I hate my life. Do you have more boxes?
Yeah. So I went to go get more boxes on my lunch break to bring them up to him.
Yeah.
And I was so stressed. I could not focus at work.
Oh, I
because
can't. I would have. I appreciated my situation more than hers because at least I could do something.
Yeah.
She literally could not do anything.
And I had tasks to do at work, and I couldn't because I was so stressed out.
Not fun. And by the way, we're moving again within days of already moving.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
after already unloading into places.
oh yeah, I'm near tears at a certain point where I'm like, this is. It feels like a certain type of hell to me. I'm like, I don't like moving. I hate moving on every level. I want as much time as possible between moves. I never want to do it. I hate moving. And then now I'm having to move a day after I moved in.
Yep.
And I've still got storage units that are not unfilled yet.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my gosh.
And so
what is happening?
I get off of work. The movers have moved most of everything by the time I get off of work.
Yeah.
They're moving as you're packing more boxes, which is cool.
They come in around the time I move to the kitchen. Yeah. Which is it was like the beast that I didn't want to do because as we said before, we unpacked everything in the kitchen. We unpacked everything. Everything else had a box in a room somewhere that wasn't unpacked.
Yeah.
But that was the only place that just didn't have any boxes that were everything was in a cabinet. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to do this later, and I'm glad I did because it was a central area, so I could ask or tell the movers what they need to do if they had any questions, and I could just be out of their way. I didn't
be like, hey, here's another box.
Yeah, I did not plan that, but I appreciate God for planning that for me because I was like, I didn't know what I was doing there, and so I was packing that as they were doing their thing. Did a great job.
Yeah, they were very, very.
They took away, I call 80% of the move from us, which I was very happy about. I didn't realize how much that was going to help us, but it did help us, and I'm glad of how it turned out.
Yes, and so after I got off of work. They left pretty shortly after that.
It's about 20 minutes after.
Yeah. And then we started moving the rest of everything. And as we're moving, I realized that it is going to be consuming probably very late if we want to get everything over that evening. Yeah. And I decided that I was going to ask for the day off the next day.
Which
and so
I'm shocked that you hadn't asked for that day off that day because of already the stress. But I knew that she didn't want to pull that card. And I was like, you probably should go to work because it is work.
Yeah. So I told my manager, I was like, I'm stressed. I haven't been able to focus.
Please give me some time.
Yeah, please let me
I'm going to be a worse worker if you make me go in.
And he was like, please
was so
take
chill
the
about
day
it.
off.
Like,
and feel rejuvenated when you come back. And I was like, thank you.
I was like, sure, I'll just be less crappy than I am now.
And so
then I'm rejuvenated.
It took us probably until about 1 a.m. to get everything over, including the cats. Yeah. But we got everything over.
Again, they had to move again, which they took the move pretty well.
Yeah.
It was just us carrying them to the new place.
Yeah. And then after that, we stayed up till 2 or 3-ish unpacking the
it
kitchen
was bad.
and other things.
Oh, it was so bad.
And we did that the next morning as well. We didn't get a lot of sleep. We got maybe 6 hours of sleep because the bedroom also was very hot here. Same amount of heat as the old apartment, which we were like,
this
oh
is,
no.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. And we were stressed out. And so we had a bunch of concerns for the apartment complex about this apartment specifically.
Yeah.
The front entry door, the lock wasn't locking, and the weather stripping was non-existent at the bottom of the door.
It's not even locked right now.
You could, like, literally slide... What could you slide under that door? It's pretty thick.
Oh, jeez.
A book. You could slide this book underneath the door.
Probably like Chronicles of
You
Narnia
could
book.
probably slide this under the door.
Yeah, if you definitely wanted to, you totally could.
You could, yeah. It's
like,
pretty thick,
it
like
was-
an inch or so.
It was a gap. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. So let's fix that.
Yeah, they put weather stripping there. There was a shelf inside of this closet right here that was not attached.
There was like,
really.
it's supposed to have two mounts on the left and the right, and the right one literally didn't have a mount. And like, it wasn't even like off the mount. The mount wasn't there. And I was like, okay, well, I can't put anything on the thing, so fix that.
Our other plant, we had to wash all of our clothes because it all smelled like the old apartment.
Either ozone or dog, or probably both. We hated it.
Yeah.
So we were like, immediately we're washing this, and it was like late at night.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it because it was like we were winding down. She was already in bed. I was like about to transfer everything to the dryer, and I looked at the dryer, and I was like, hold up now, that's an empty plug socket for the power for the dryer. And so I looked for the plug, looked for like the little cord's not there, and then I looked down even farther, and the ventilation's not even hooked up, and I'm like.
Yeah, so the dryer's not working.
Okay, so I'm not drying tonight.
Oh, yeah. And then also in the middle of the night, I was like, I want some popcorn.
Oh, my
And I went to go pop some popcorn.
Yeah.
And I let the popcorn go for like 5 to 6 minutes, which, if you know anything about popcorn, that would burn it.
That's too long. That's way too long. 2.5 minutes will probably burn it.
It didn't pop a single kernel, and when I took it out of the microwave, it was just as cold as when I put it in.
Which I'm just sitting there like...
Also, the ice machine wasn't working.
Still isn't.
Still isn't working.
We
were missing a rack inside of a towel rack inside of the bathroom. Still missing it.
Yeah.
All of the handles were covered in paint.
And they still are.
They still are.
We're talking about minor things at this point, semi-minor things.
Yeah. There's just a bunch of stuff. So the next morning we addressed...
The AC worked and it didn't smell like dog. That's all we really cared about at that point.
Yeah, the AC worked for the most part.
Yeah.
So we woke up the next morning and we went to the office and expressed the major concerns and the minor concerns. They took care of all the major things pretty right off the bat. They added the weather stripping, fixed the door thing, fixed the shelf, brought us a whole new dryer, which was great.
Like
and then
they're like, this was damaged in transit, we're going to take this out.
Yes.
Like, all right, cool.
And gave us a brand new microwave as well.
Oh, yeah, immediately. And it's a nicer microwave. I'm not going to lie. It's really nice.
We did talk to them about the AC. They said, unfortunately, because of the older build of these units and kind of the, I guess, the corners that they cut.
Because we don't want to pay for a better AC, you're not going to get a better AC.
Basically, because it's a 2-bedroom apartment, the central AC unit is based on the right side of the apartment, which is technically the primary side, which means that the bedroom and the bathroom is bigger and the closet, which we wanted that side to be Atlas's office / guest bedroom because the closet would have more space for all of his gear and it would have enough capacity for all the stuff.
We're not in the bedroom until we're sleeping.
Yeah, we only stay
Since we have so much space here in the living area and everything, there's not a necessary need for us to be like...
By the way, that was my call. That was not him. I was the one who pushed for that. I thought it made the most sense.
I was like, you don't have to. It's just a desk.
I was like, Atlas, we just sleep in the bedroom. That's all we do.
Like, you're making good points. All right. I didn't fight it too much. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy with where we're at right now.
Yeah.
But
that meant that the bedroom was the one that didn't get the AC as well, that we were going to be sleeping in,
It was just
which
too far
sucked.
away from the
And so
AC.
the leasing manager actually told us, because they were temporarily living in one of these same exact units while their leasing office was going under renovation.
Yeah.
And her office was the equivalent to our bedroom that we were sleeping in. And she said that basically what she had the team do, because she experienced the same thing we did, is she had them make the grates bigger on the vent thing, which that's so janky. And then shut the vent completely in the bathroom to try and help ventilation into the bedroom.
It was a non-solution. For the record.
And it was still pretty hot in there. We were in there.
No, I every time we go in there, especially, I mean, it's during the day, so it's hot.
It was not great.
It's not a cold
situation. And so we were like,
situation.
okay, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, that's stupid, but okay.
Anyway, so that was that. We eventually ended up going to Costco. We did some research, and we ended up going to Costco.
I did my ChatGPT research. You
and
did
then
your
I did
ChatGPT
too,
research.
which came up with the same exact thing.
Same exact thing. You're like saying all these things. I was like, I already know this.
You're like, I already said that.
It was like curtains and a new AC unit. I'm like, okay.
And so we ordered curtains. Blackout thermal curtains.
We learned the AC unit that we needed was like a BTU of at least 5,000, which I still don't know what that means for the record, and a dual hose AC unit.
Because one hose takes in air and one pushes out air.
Which makes all the sense in the world to me. And so I was like, all right, we need that.
And you put it in the window. And so we got one of those, and it has been amazing. Totally recommend.
It works like a charm.
It's
if you're
Hisense.
Yeah, it's a Hisense. It was
$380.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know what the average price is for an AC unit. I know it's not cheap ever. Because it's an AC unit.
I honestly just wanted to use our Costco membership.
Same. I'm not gonna lie. When she saw it on Costco, I was like, let's go.
I was like, it's going to be a good quality, whatever
Can't
it is.
wait to use the $60 a year membership to save $30. But hey, I'll save it where I can.
It actually was. It was $20 cheaper than the listing online.
Yeah. Which is great. Which is cool. We set it up, and we set it at 67.
It was so good. It was like an immediate difference.
It was, like for like 30 minutes, it dropped 5 degrees. I was like, holy hot dang, this is so good. This is great. And now we have blackout curtains, which helps even more. Just with efficiency and everything.
But the day I took off of work, they resolved a lot of those problems. We still have some outstanding things. They're not anything insane, but we just need to submit some service tickets. And then we also moved stuff from your storage unit that you rented for all of your office stuff. Got all of that into his office, which is good. And then unpacked just about everything for the most part. Thursday and Friday were spent organizing as well. And then Saturday was the let's order things day. So we got Saturday was when we got the AC unit. That was actually that was Friday when we got the AC unit after work. And then Saturday we took a break. We went down to Ennis to go visit family and swim in the pool.
That was not a good idea.
No, it
added not for what it was.
No, it was great time with family and it was a fun time, but it just added so much stress because we could have spent that time relieving ourselves.
We're talking like accumulation of like 6 hours.
Because we had to drive like 1.5 there.
Because it's a weekend and she's working on the weekdays and like it's already hard enough to find time to do something that we thought we were going to be done with. Because this is a 2+ week endeavor. We're still technically in it. We're not done yet. We're still technically figuring things out, but we've slowed down for the record. But we're still like, man, it was such an undertaking. And it still is an undertaking. And especially for that day, we were like, man, we could have used this time for other things.
Well, our plan was because our what was left of boxes was stuff that goes on walls. And our plan on that Saturday was to use it to hang everything up. And instead, we were at the pool all day, and when we got back, we were too exhausted to do anything.
Sun sapped.
We did go to Home Depot, and we got wall anchors, which we didn't even really need.
Well, we did not need nearly as much as we got. We got like a full like general pack.
Did you use some?
I don't know, how do you think these are up?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we could return it, but I guess not.
No. I used a quarter of it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
No, yeah, I used it.
Yeah. Anyways, so we went and got wall anchors, and then the next day, it was a Sunday. Oh yeah, we were expecting your parents to come.
They did come.
Yeah, yeah, but we were expecting them, and so we were planning. We had to clean up everything in here to the best of our ability, and we wanted things to be hung up, but we weren't able to do everything.
No.
So we tucked a couple boxes in the corner and went, and I think we hung up everything that Sunday evening after they left.
In the evening, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
We got the whole Scott wall up,
The off Scott free wall up.
which was so much fun
Yes.
because it was actually fairly simple.
Yes.
So you had a roadmap at that point. You weren't
Yes.
having to guess.
On Saturday evening as well.
Yeah.
We ordered. Did we order furniture? Yes, we did because we picked up these Facebook Marketplace chairs
Yeah.
on Sunday
Amazing.
from Little Elm.
Love these boys.
They're pretty
fun.
great.
I'm a big fan.
We ordered this table from Amazon. We ordered this rotating bookshelf
Rotation.
from Amazon for the corner back here. We ordered these record shelves. We ordered this table for all of the records to be in and for the record player to sit on back here.
Yeah.
We ordered a bunch of cat wall stuff in the cat tree.
Mm-hmm.
We also got a litter robot, which has been so fun.
That's cool. I'm not gonna lie. If you can afford it, get yourself
Get
a little
yourself
robot.
one.
Oh my gosh.
If you have a cat.
The amount I hate to be this guy now, but the amount that I have not scooped
Yeah.
is so much.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm pulling it up. I'm me. I'm doing the
Oh,
thing.
Atlas.
I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. I have an app. It literally tells me the scoops I've saved, and it's 14 right now.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, neither of us like to scoop, and I think we're both super happy about it.
Yeah. I've also found that with cat litter, the sooner you scoop, the better off you are.
Oh, the better.
For
100%.
smell purposes. And so,
It smells like a dream.
yeah, so it doesn't smell bad.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Doesn't even smell real. It's great.
We also ordered some little vinyl shelves because we're planning on hanging up your 7-inch vinyls
Yeah.
in your bedroom.
Yeah.
We also ordered curtains.
Yeah.
We ordered a stud finder. We put up the curtains. I think all that's really left is we got to hang up the projector screen in our bedroom.
Projector screen.
We've got the Apple TV in here, which will go in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And I think the Blu-ray player.
We just gotta hook it up.
Yeah.
Because it's in there.
Oh, okay.
So we just gotta hook it up.
Yeah, we've got a couple
We
of
gotta
things
make a hole
here.
and hook it up.
Yeah.
but
And that's kind of nearly it.
It's generally
Throughout the week, it has just been us setting up all that we can.
Yeah. Well, it's also us trying
the days go on.
I'd say, adapt into a larger space than we had.
Yeah.
Because we still got to get the stuff from our old storage unit.
Yes.
Because we gotten everything out from my office storage unit. Because
Yes.
I only got that because I didn't have an office for a bit.
Correct.
And then we just got to get the stuff out of there. And my goal after we get everything kind of moved in is to shed.
Well,
shed
I
what we
told
don't need.
Atlas, like, before we even move anything in, I think the plan is to figure out what we're going to keep, and if we're going to keep it, what home it's going to be
100%.
live in.
It's got to have a purpose.
Yeah. And then the stuff that we don't want to keep, and if it's not worth selling, then donating it.
Yeah.
And if it is worth selling, then figuring out how to list it.
Marketplace. Get that thing out of here.
Our kind of plan right now is to do a bunch of marketplace listings for me to do them and to keep all the stuff in my car and then tell people who message me that they can meet me at the Merge showroom and I'll get them.
A nice general semi-public location.
Yeah.
Makes it simple.
Yeah.
I don't like sending people to my house.
No.
I've never done that for Facebook Marketplace. Actually, I think I did it twice maybe. And it's not like a bad time, but it's just like if they know where you live, you just have that. You get random people. You don't want to. You don't want to throw yourself under the rug on that one. My mom is very trusting, so she'll just send the address to her place. I'm just like, I
Yeah.
I don't know about that. She has a lot of faith in God, and I don't trust people like that. But
Yeah.
no, I
Well,
like.
Merge has a bunch of security cameras and
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying.
So
No,
it's okay.
you're. Don't worry. People are not
Yeah.
stealing windows.
So that's kind of the plan right now. Yeah. Tomorrow, or I guess technically today, because it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
This is the latest / earliest podcast we've ever recorded.
To date, for sure.
Yeah,
Usually,
to date.
It's usually in the daytime or right at night.
Yeah.
Right at the start of night.
So, however you want to see it, yesterday or today.
On how it's made.
Yeah. On August 7th, we celebrated our
1 year engagement.
1 year. Yeah, it's been a year since Atlas proposed to me.
And she said yes.
And I said yes,
Thankfully.
in case you didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
that
rewatched
was-
that whole video that I made, and at
So
the end,
sweet.
it was like, or right before it gets to the engagement, it was like, well, if she says no, then I guess I'm talking to myself. And I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Because I was editing it throughout until I proposed to you, and then I just added the footage at the end. But yeah.
It was a very, very sweet video. If you haven't seen it, it is on this YouTube channel.
It's the first video.
The very first video. Scroll down.
Road to engagement.
Yeah, it's worth a watch.
Yeah,
I think.
I
It's
try
really
to
fun.
condense it.
Entertaining.
I try to condense it as much as I possibly can without cutting things that weren't necessary.
Yeah.
It could be 3 hours long for the record, but I just made it 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so we celebrated that, and the fun thing that always happens is 21 Pilots always tends to do something when we have some sort of event going on, which is so fun. I actually made a list of stuff on my notes app, and I'm going to read it.
all right.
Because I love it. Anyway, it's called 21 Pilots Serendipity. That's my note. Well, firstly, we met at a 21 Pilots concert, in case y'all didn't know.
Semi-big event right there.
Yeah, pretty big event.
Pretty huge.
I said 21 Pilots releases Breach in September, same month we met / started dating. So for our 1 year of knowing each other / dating.
Pretty sick.
Breach.
Yeah.
Breach tours at Dos Equis Pavilion, which is the place that we got engaged / the places of our first date, which is crazy.
Glass animals.
Breach tour Dallas show date is a week before our wedding. We got to go there together and go to our first concert, just us together for 21 Pilots. That was fun. They released more than we ever imagined, so we can relive the set list of the concert we first met at together, which is so cool. Who gets to do that? No one.
Ain't nobody.
But us.
Nobody.
The Ohio show is a couple weeks before our wedding anniversary, and so we get to go there for a
little anniversary trip.
Yeah, anniversary trip.
Pretty cool.
And the last one is More Than We Ever Imagined live album. Came out exactly 1 year after we got engaged, which was yesterday / today, however you want to see it, August 7th. And so, on that note, 21 Pilots is doing a thing where they are showing that movie, I guess, via live stream.
Yeah. Well, it's literally, they're just hitting play.
Yeah. Via live stream, you got to have a link, you got to pay for it. We paid for it. We're having some friends over tomorrow, today, however you want to see it. Yeah. Which is going to be the first time we have people over here, besides your parents, which, do they count? Yeah. They count.
What? For people being here? I had to clock that for a second. I was like, hold on now.
You're like, wait.
Yeah.
Yes, they're my parents. Anyway, but this is the first time we're going to have people hanging out in our apartment. So, we got to kind of pick up in the morning. I think Elijah's going to get here at 10.
He said 10. I'm like,
now he asked how early he could get here because he has that gig.
Hey, I'm down. I'm not to see. I'm looking forward to seeing that beautiful boy.
Yeah.
However, how I not want to be awake until 11.
Yeah, brother he's not getting sleep tonight. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So Elijah's sleep schedule is so messed up right now.
What's up, Elijah?
Which, by the way, shout out to Elijah. If you don't know Elijah, go watch our last podcast.
Yeah.
That was with him.
That's my favorite podcast so far.
Me too. I listened to it all the way through.
I want to do more joints. I think that'd be so fun.
It was so much fun. But anyway, one of our best friends, but he works night shifts for security for a database center, and he texted me today. He woke up at 3:34 ish. PM. And he was like, "OMG, just seeing all this that you texted me this morning.
Yeah.
I was asleep, just woke up. I was like, this is so weird." And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I'm not sleeping tonight." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Well..."
Brother could come over here now if you wanted to.
No, he is at work right now.
Oh, he's at work. My bad. I forget.
So he had a shift tonight, and then he'll get off in the morning, probably, I want to assume, around 6.
Yeah.
But he has a gig at 3 for drums, and then he's coming over here for the movie.
Yeah,
the live stream. And so he's literally just pulling all-nighter, but he already does pull all-nighters, except he's going to extend and
I would
not
actually
sleep
hate
until...
Because he has a pretty tame job for the pay that he gets.
Yeah.
And it sounds great, but I also know that the trade-off I would never do. Mm-hmm. Solely for the fact that we would be desynced, without a doubt. Yeah. And then 2, I'm like, I would hate to only see night, honestly. Like, I like night. I'm a big fan. I like going through the night, but I don't like not seeing the day. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Shout out Elijah. You're protecting data that we didn't ask for. Thank you. Drip dip.
Anyway, that's our podcast. This is a long one.
But yeah, we're finally moved in to the new apartment.
I did say to you that I would like to do an apartment tour kind of video after it's all set up. Yeah. We are not there yet.
We're close.
We're very close.
75% there, I'd say.
Yeah.
We're so much closer than we've ever been. And like we said at the beginning, like the TIFFs, like we're just coming off that stress.
Yeah.
And
we need to get to a place where we feel safe and sound.
I want to not see boxes here. Like there you can't see it. There's a box here. There's a box here. There's a box over there.
There's not too many. This can be thrown away. That needs to be shipped out.
Yeah.
And then those, well, honestly, 2 of those can be condensed currently.
I agree.
And then one of them is a donation box.
Yeah. I don't want the laser level here. I don't want things on the counter like this.
It is necessary.
No, I agree. Well, technically, we can throw this. There are things we can do. We don't need to talk about this right now. There are things we can do that we're going to do sooner than later.
And we got to do some stuff by tomorrow before people come over.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's our life right now. We are probably 2 weeks out until we actually are able to do things.
Yeah.
And we're also going to go to Schlitterbahn eventually.
Yeah.
It's next week, right?
Next Saturday.
We're not. That's a choice, by the way. We have chosen to go to Schlitterbahn.
Okay, why have you chosen to go to Schlitterbahn?
Because
well, you see, we have Six Flags season passes that are the upgraded.
Yeah.
Platinum passes, which means that we have access to all Schlitterbahn-owned Six Flags-owned parks in the U.S.
Yeah.
Which Schlitterbahn just so happens to be under at this point in time. It hasn't been. I think they just acquired them this year.
Shout out to conglomerates. That totally won't backfire.
Yeah. So we are actually very excited for that. When I told Atlas that there's a lazy river there that's not so lazy and it kind of throws you around everywhere and it goes on for like 40 minutes, you were like,
I was like, are we going today or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very happy to hear
It's so much fun.
I can't wait.
Yeah, they're like, are you ready? And then they push you and you're like,
I'm like, what do you mean?
You're like, it's like a roller coaster, but then you chill out for a bit and then it gets crazy again. It's so much fun.
It sounds like a dream to me personally. I can't wait.
Yeah. We're just going to keep going on it the entire day.
Yeah.
No slides, just that.
I'm going to say a parting thought. If you want to say a parting thought, you're more than welcome to. But the more and more we've moved, at least these last 2 weeks, the 2
times we've moved.
there are 2 things that I have noticed very heavily. One, I'm very glad I'm married to her. That is one thing that I'm very happy about. Although yes, tips have occurred, as it's never been about her or me. it's been about what we've been going through and the stress, and we've been able to vent to each other, either at each other or to each other, hopefully to each other, but unfortunately sometimes at each other. And we've gotten through it. And there's been so many moments where I think lesser couples or a worser match for either of us, if we were with different people, different mindsets, we'd want to blame and we'd hold resentment and we wouldn't be happy. And this would be the breaking point for them. And to me, this is just a foundational point for me of like, oh yeah, this is the reason. This is the because it's like glam and glory. I think we have a tendency, as I hate to be the guy, but like as a society, we look at the wrong things in partners. And I'm very happy with the person I've chosen, with the due diligence I went through to figure out if she would work, and as she did with me. Because like before we did any kind of engagement, and when we went through the trials and tribulations of certain events and certain things.
We really tried to figure each other out before engagement.
Oh yeah,
all the ways.
We did the thing. We hung
We
out
asked
as much as we
all
possibly
the
could.
questions.
Yeah,
we went through a whole book on questions to ask before.
We weren't trying to screw around with this. We were like, no. Marriage is marriage. We're not thinking about divorce anytime soon. And
I'm like, genuinely, if you hear anything concerning,
you say it.
Tell me.
You say it right now.
Yeah, and if you're thinking anything...
You want to pause, we pause. You want to stop, we stop. Like, I went to a whole retreat to myself with God, and I was like, God, let me know. And God was like, why are you waiting? You do it now or do it later. Just do it. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that I felt pretty heavily. I know you probably felt it as well, as I hope. That we've said this to each other for the record. That's why I say that. And then on the flip side, the second thing that I take away from this is that I don't want as much stuff as I have. And I mean that jokingly, because I do like my stuff. But I also hate moving it. I've hated moving.
You say that every time you move.
I do, but I mean it every time. Every time I've moved for the last, since 2020. Yeah, since 2020, I've moved every year.
Mm-hmm. So 6 years.
So 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years, 6 times, if not 7 at this point, relatively. And I've hated it every time. And I have put everything in the boxes as much as possibly can that are like permanent, so that whenever I move, it's a pretty easy or simpler process. And I am just looking forward to a house that we're not moving out of for a long time. And then, I would like to shed some stuff personally, but.
Well, we'll start with the storage unit.
Yeah,
that's the big one this weekend.
Yeah.
My parting thought is I think that me and you could be getting to places at this point of our marriage where there are some divides that start to form little cracks that'll slowly get bigger and bigger. And I think it's cool because both of us will notice the cracks, and it's like we're racing to fill them. Before they become anything big for each other, which is really cool.
We'll just call it out. We're like, why is this happening right now?
Yeah. Well, it's cool because you've said this and I've said this, but it's kind of like we've gotten to a point where when something happens, sure, there's like the prideful stance at the beginning, when there's a tiff of, no, I didn't do anything wrong, you did something wrong. But then eventually, say give it 24 hours, it gets to the like race of who can apologize first. And how do we make it right? And like after the emotions have settled and the storm has calmed, can I humble myself to make sure that I'm serving you right?
Well, it's funny that we like joke about the cats having a trouble time moving. We're cats in this sense. We're still getting used to these new digs, and specifically we're getting out of the stress that was moving.
Yeah.
And so our timeline's a little longer than theirs. They're chilling right now. They're asleep. But for us, we're just like, we just gotta let this go. Let this get to where we need to be. This happened for a reason, and we just gotta be okay with how it happened. And keep moving forward. And I don't think that was hard for us. We just knew it had to happen. It was just a difficult time in general. And that was tension in your heart, tension in my heart. And it was just like a spring. of like certain things would just break.
Well, the other thing was like before we even moved, there was already tension from other pressures
Yeah.
of life, specifically career-wise.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Career, family,
Yeah.
friends.
No, it's like, wait, quit stressing about that. What about moving?
Taxes. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
taxes.
Like my business, her work, and it's just like,
Yeah.
and then God's like, guess what? And then brings a sledgehammer and just like shatters whatever foundation we thought we had in a home is gone. And
Yeah,
then
we were
just like,
talking about, because we've been so tired, so exhausted, and you've been getting more sleep than me, and even you're tired.
oh yeah, no, it's like
Because he doesn't have a specific time he has to wake up in the morning.
we are a type of tired that a nap can't fix.
Yeah, that sleeping in can't fix.
Oh, 100%.
But I told you, I was like, this is like a preview of what it will look like when we have a baby.
Yeah.
That, like, just exhaustion.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, you said
I
that,
can't
and
do
I was
that.
like, I agree. However, we can at least expect it,
That's
and
true.
we can plan for it. We
Yeah,
can
that's
tag
true.
team. This, I did not expect to keep moving for days and days and
yeah,
days.
we thought it would be 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days maximum.
Yeah.
I was like, I want this done. I wanted this done by Sunday.
Yeah.
But like, we just kept going. We just kept going,
Yeah.
kept going, kept going.
Anyway, glad to be here.
I'm
Glad to
very
be
glad
with
to be
you.
here. I can't wait to go into that 68-degree room over there
And Cleep,
and Cleep.
go Cleep.
But we love y'all. Thank you for watching this wonderful podcast.
It was a pretty long one.
And
Thanks for sticking around.
we'll give you all the tour sooner than later. And until next time, peace.